G'day RG Bargy crew, hope you're having a fantastic day today and your family's happy and healthy. We're going to take a look at how you can get into dedicated servers online. We're going to try and make this a fully comprehensive one that'll cover all aspects of getting into dedicated servers, because there's quite a few people have been asking me how to do it and they're having problems getting in. This will show you how to get into our dedicated servers, the RG Bargy Transport, but it'll also help other people if you're getting into where you want to join other servers that are online, and how you can do all that. So the first thing you're going to want to do, before I continue, just get a few things out of the way. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. It's free, you might as well. Helps me out tremendously and I really would appreciate it. If you're looking at joining a VTC that doesn't take things too seriously and we have great fun, have a look at RG Bargy Transport. Also, we're doing a giveaway for the ATS game and bundle. And all you got to do is register or subscribe to this channel and AAU Triton's channel. And there's a link down in the description below. And then just say in one of the comments that you want to be in it to win it. And you could win, like I say, it's the ATS base game plus 5 DLCs. And even if you've already got the game, you could still enter it, because you could always give it to a friend that hasn't got it. This video is for ATS and ETS2 combined. So I'm in ATS just to show you, but like I say, it will include, it will transfer over to ETS2 as well, because the same settings are used in both games. All right, so the dedicated server, the first thing you're going to want to do is most servers have like limits on how many people can go into the game, and the largest number officially is 128, but you can actually get more, but that's another story. So if you want to see all the servers that are online, up to 128 slots, meaning 128 drivers can join, you'll need to alter a couple of things, or one thing actually, in your config file. So what I'll do is show you where that is. So the first thing you'll do is go into your documents and American Truck Simulator or Euro Truck Simulator 2, whichever one you're doing this in, and you'll look for your config file, which is just here somewhere. Just down the bottom here. Mine aren't in alphabetical order for some reason. But anyway, so you're looking for this file here, config.cfg. You'll open that up, and to open that up, there's a couple of different ways. You can right click on it and then click open. If you right click and there's no open there, you can go down to open with and open it with Notepad. If you can't do that, what you can do is actually open Notepad itself, and let me bring this over. And when you open Notebook itself, you can then go into here and click open and then search for the file and open it. So there's 3 different ways that you can do it. Again, whoops, right clicking on it. Let me open that up again for you. So yeah, right click, open. If that's not there, open with. If that's not there, use the Notepad and click open under the file here, and then you'll be able to find where it is and open it. All right, so they're the 3 ways you can open it and then edit. You only have to edit in Notepad because it's just a text file basically. And what you're looking for is, let me do this. You want to go to edit and then find, and then in here, you want to put Convoy and find. And here you'll see when you find Convoy, it will say you set G_max_convoy_size, and if you haven't changed your config file, that will say 8, because the minimum is 8 slots on a server. But if you change it to 128, that will then, when you go into game, it will show you all the servers that are online, because that will show you everything from 8 right up to 128 slots. Now, if you don't want all those to show up, you can just put that, leave it at 8, and only find servers that have 8 slots. We, on our servers, we do 20 slots, so we could even just put 20 in there and it would just show the servers up to 20 slots. But I've got it at 128 because I want to find all the servers that are on online at the time, so I can choose from them. So again, that's all you need to change is that Convoy size. Change it from 8, whatever number you want to find. I would suggest doing 128 to start with, and it will show you all the servers that are online. So once you've done that, you would then close out and come back up here to File, click Save, and then close it. And you know that all this being done when the game is shut. You don't want the game running when you edit your config file, or else it won't save to the config file. So make sure your game is shut off when you edit the config file. So that's the very first thing you do. Most important to do that first and get it out of the way. Then when you're in game, so we've started the game and we're going to the game, okay, and you go to Convoys. This is where you find the dedicated service. You go to Convoy Lobby. You click Continue. There's a little bit of a blurb there to tell you that code of conduct and all that stuff. You can read that at your own leisure. And then once you've done that, it will come up and be fetching sessions. And that means it's searching the internet to find all the dedicated servers for either ATS or ETS2, depending on which one you're currently looking for. And while we're here, the first thing you'll notice is you've got advanced filters. Now you can choose here what settings to place in your filters. If you want to just have it open so that you can find everything, you will have everything unticked. I've got a few ticked, and I'll explain that in a minute. But you'll come in here and everything should be unticked, or everything will be ticked. And you can choose to untick everything, and that will open up every server for you that's online. And here in session type, you've got a choice. Okay? You've got a choice between dedicated server, hosted server, or no preference. Now, a dedicated server is one that's online and is completely separate to anybody's PC. A hosted server is one that is hosted locally on somebody's PC in their house, or in their office, or in their studio, whatever it may be. So if someone is locally hosting a server, you'll find it by doing that. And if you click that, then only the hosted servers will come up. If you click dedicated servers, only the dedicated servers will come up. And if you click no preference, both will show up. So both hosted and dedicated servers will show up. So the difference is hosted is one that somebody is hosting themselves on their own PC. Dedicated server is exactly what it says. It's a dedicated server that is solely for the game and nothing else. So you've got those choices to choose from. I'm going to a dedicated server because I want to find dedicated servers. Then you can choose whether or not you want the sessions that you look for to have traffic, because some people turn traffic off on their dedicated servers. And again, you have choices there. You have no preference, enabled or disabled, self-explanatory. And then you have sessions with damage between players, and that simply means like friendly fire in other games. In other words, if you run into someone, you'll damage them. So you can either have that as enabled, disabled, or no preference, meaning that if you disable it, that you'll get into games where players don't have cause damage. If you enable it, it will have where players cause damage. Pretty self-explanatory. And it's same with all these ones. So sessions with collisions in service areas, that means where you go into a service area, you could end up colliding with one of your fellow players and causing damage. You can choose whether to have that enabled or disabled, or no preference. I've got no preference because the servers that we've got have already got that all sorted out. Sessions that hide players in no collision areas. Again, I have all these at no preference because I'm just looking for the dedicated servers. You can change that to your liking. Sessions with collisions while in menus. That means that when you escape and go into your menu or UI, user interface, if you have that as, if your server that you're going onto has that enabled, then you have the possibility of the fellow drivers running into you while you're in menus and causing damage. If you have it disabled and the server's disabled, then that won't happen. So again, very self-explanatory. Sessions with forced speed limiter, and that just means that if the administrator of the dedicated server has chosen to put a speed limiter on it, that if you have no preference, that will show up anyway. If you have it as enabled, only dedicated servers with the forced speed limiter will show up. And again, if you have any of these enabled, only those servers with those enabled will show up. So if you want everything to show up, just go with no preference. If you want only servers with that particular feature enabled to show up, make sure you click enabled, and they will only, those dedicated servers will be the only ones that show up. Okay, up the top here, only sessions you can join. What that means is that if for some reason you can't join a dedicated server because, number one, it's got too high a latency, number two, it's got mods that you don't have, number three, it's got a password. If you click that, it won't show those ones up. It will only show the ones that you can join. Actually, sorry, no, it won't include the password part. This part does. Sessions without passwords, if you click that, only sessions without passwords will show up. So you can filter out which ones you want, which ones you don't, and you can find all this information out from the dedicated server administrator, and then you can choose which filters to apply. Only low latency sessions. What that means is only dedicated servers that have a latency that is quite low, so that you know that when you join, you've got a pretty good ping or pretty good connection to it, and that way you won't have any lagging, or you'll have little lagging. You'll still get lagging, unfortunately. It's just one of those things. But you'll have very little lag if it's a low latency session. So again, you can choose that. Sessions with mods, that means that any of the dedicated servers that you're looking for will have mods or allow mods. And that way, by picking that, you'll only get dedicated servers that have mods. We do mods, so that's why we have mods ticked. And then sessions with optional mods, we also allow optional mods, so we have that ticked. So these are the filters for any of you guys that are trying to get into our dedicated servers. These are the filters you need. So there's only really three: sessions with mods, sessions with optional mods, and dedicated server. And then once you've got all of them in the correct order that you want, you just simply click apply. And once it's applied, you click OK. And now only those sessions will come up. And as you can see here, we've got quite a big list of servers, and anything that's green we can join. And as you can see, I actually saw another green there. Did I? Or was I seeing things? No, I was seeing things. Okay, as you can see, the only one that is turning green is that one, because it's the only one that meets my filters. All right, so I can click on that, and then down the side here, it will tell me all the mods that I've got, whether or not they're compatible, and whether or not it's an optional mod. And as you can see, I've got one optional mod on this profile, so it's telling me that it's absent on the server, but it's optional. And what an optional mod means is that I can still use it on the server, but other people that are on the server, if they don't have it, won't see it or won't experience it. So for example, if I use a paint job that's optional, it will make my truck appear white for people that don't have that optional mod. But I'll be able to see the paint job, whereas only other people that have that mod on the server will be able to see it. People that don't will only see a white truck. So if you get the idea. So it just means that you can still use it, but others won't see it unless they've got it on there. And these ones here are ones that are permanently on the dedicated server. So an optional mod is not one that's permanently on the server, but it's still allowed to be used and won't block you. So you're looking for a green light up here. Once it's green, you know you can join the server. As you can see, all these ones here, there's quite a few yellow or amber and quite a few red. The red ones simply mean, no, I can't join it, forget it. The amber one mean that if I change a few things, or a lot of things, as you can see here, I've got quite a few mod mismatches. And if you have a mod mismatch, even on a server that you want to join, you can actually click this here, active session mods. And if you click that, what it will do is if you have those mods or don't have certain mods, if you click that, it will reorder the mods or deactivate the mods that you shouldn't have, and it will then make that profile accessible to that dedicated server. I hope I explained that properly. So by clicking that, I'll click it. I won't go all the way through it. And when I do that, it tells me what mods that I've got here and what mods the session has. And as you can see, it's telling me that the session has no mods. So for me to join this, I'd click confirm mod activation. And what it's actually going to do is it's going to deactivate all those mods that I've got there. But by doing that, then I'll be able to join the server. I'm not going to do it because I don't want to join this server. But what I'm saying is, for example, say they had 2 or 3 mods on the server, it would show them in here, and you would just simply click confirm mod activation, and then it would put them into your profile that you're using and put them in the correct order, and then you can join the session. So again, I'll close that. You would just simply go to a server. Let's say we go to this one, and as you can see, there's quite a few things that are absent from the server. So these obviously have no mods. I'm trying to find one. Actually, here we go. Red. Errors. Okay, so as you can see with the red one, it comes up with errors and I can't do anything yet to it. So it is definitely not able to, I'm definitely not able to join that server with my mods and the way it's set. But if I click on the amber one, like I say, by changing or deactivating or activating mods, I can then join it. So again, this session has no mods. So if I click confirm mod activation, it would deactivate all these and then I could join the server. So it's pretty self-explanatory. So anything that you've got in this side is what you've got on your profile currently. Anything on this side is what's on the dedicated server. And by clicking that, it would reorganize and delete or activate certain mods so that then you could join the server. I hope that's understandable. Okay, so now once you've decided that, okay, this is a server I want to join, you just come over here, make sure that everything is installed. So you wait, it'll say processing, and once they're all processed, it will say installed. Normally it doesn't take too long, just depending on the amount of mods that you've got. As you can see, there's quite a few in this one, but it'll say processed, and once they're all installed, you will come down the bottom here and it will say join Convoy. Now, if for some reason the dedicated server that you want doesn't show up, you can always click refresh and then wait for it to do its thing. And you can see some of these are still twirling. Once it's done its thing, hopefully the server that you want will come up. If it doesn't, you can then come up to the search bar and type in a partial word of the server and click search. And then it will search for anything that's got RG in it or the certain word that you want to try and find that server for you. So you've got to wait for it to fetch the sessions. And once it does that, bing, there you go. You can see that it's come up with RG Transport. The other thing is, if it doesn't even come up with the words that you use, you can then find out what the session ID is from the administrator of the server. And the session ID is a long string of numbers that you can then type in up here. And what I'll do actually is this. Just bear with me. I've got to find a session ID number and I will. So the session ID number, like I say, is a long string of numbers, and I'll copy this because we've got this on our Discord in case people can't find it, so they can copy it. Actually, I'll show you. So in here, this is on our Discord. We have the ATS dedicated server, and if you click on that, this pops up and gives you the information that you need to join a server. And this is the server ID here. By clicking that and copying it, I'll now move that out of the way, and then pasting it up the top here in this window. And to paste it, you go Control V on your keyboard. And as you can see here, the number has come up. That's the ID number for the server. And if I click that, it will fetch the session from that ID number. That's Murphy's Law, isn't it? It didn't show up. Again, sometimes that will happen. It may be that I've got a space in the wrong place. Have I got a space before that? Let me go back. Oh, okay. Yes, there were some numbers before it. Oh, hang on. Oh, I see. Wait on. I did something wrong there. That was my fault. It wouldn't be one of my videos if I didn't make a mistake. Delete that completely. Paste it back in. Go to the beginning of this. Yep, okay, we should be right now, and I bet you it won't work. Just to prove me wrong, it's Murphy's Law. But anyway, you get the point. You'll be able to find it by the ID number, by the name, or just by simply refreshing. No, I didn't think it would. It's making me a liar. But it does work, believe me. But sometimes it gets temperamental and it doesn't. So let's go back to just the word, the RG. But as you can see, it can be temperamental, and you just have to bear with it and hopefully find it. Okay, so there it is there. And now you can see what I mean. Once we get it going, everything's installed and it's ready to rock and roll. Again, remembering all those steps that I said, if your mods are not exactly right, you can go down to the bottom and click on Activate Session Mods down here, and that will then put them all in the correct position. But if everything's correct, the next thing you do is you click Join Convoy. It will give you a little bit of a warning about being online and what happens, meaning that your performance may suffer sometimes depending on the hardware and the network performance. Click OK. And then if it's got a password, it will ask for that. And then you just simply enter the password. Hopefully I got it right. And you click confirm. And once it's confirmed, it again will give you another blurb about your success, and then what buttons to press to do certain things in the game. And then you just click OK. And voila. And now it doesn't look like anything's really happened, but if you look over here, it tells you now that I'm in the Convoy and it's got 20 slots. There's only the one person, me. But if there's more than one person, it will show that there's a number of people up here, like say 8 or 12 or 15. We normally get about 15 trucks in our convoys. So it'll range from 1 up to 15 or up to 20, depending on how many people are in the server. And then you know that you're in the server. Also, by going to convoys, you'll see active convoy now. Instead of it just convoy being lit up and this one grayed out, now both of them are up. And this, as it says, you view current convoys within the session, join your friends and deliver shared jobs. Now, once you do that, you can click on that and you'll see all the members in the convoy down here. It'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever there is. They'll all be there. And then if anyone's got a job, the job info will show up here. So what I'll do is I'll quickly get a job and I'll come back and show you how you join their job. Okay, so here I am ready to pick this job up. So I come here, I then go and pick the job, or choose the job. So the person who's choosing the job has to go over the red trigger and trigger the job and choose it. The people that follow after that don't. I'm just going to choose this job for now.
Let's get going.
Okay, so once that's done, people in the convoy now will see this, that I've chosen a job, and it will give all the particular details. But the person that's in the convoy, not the person who's running the convoy and has joined and chosen the job, but the person who's joining in on the job, would then click on this, and this will light up. Unfortunately, there's only me in here, so I can't really show you this part, but this will show and say view and take the same job. Now, once you click that, there'll be a blurb come up over here. I'm going to try and actually get someone to jump in the server with me, and I'll show it to you if I can. But if I can't, I'm going to continue on explaining it. Okay, so people, I've got Boxhead to lend a hand here, and he's going to accept the job, and we'll see it light up, hopefully, if everything works. Just let me know when you've taken the job, Boxhead.
Yep, just taking the job now.
Okay, as you can see now, once he's took the job, it lit up here in the active convoys. So you can see it's from Butte through to Tacoma, and it's propane, and it tells you the delivery type, which is a dangerous goods or hazardous class 2, and it tells you about the trailer, etc, etc. So now if I want to choose the job, I don't go to where he is and click on or go on the green icon, because it will stuff it up. So all I do is I click on his name, and then again down here in the bottom you'll see view and take the same job, and I click on that, and now, as I said, this is where the image of your truck and trailer comes up with information about the job, that it's hazardous class 2, then all the details from to expected job income and the mass. And this is the cog I was talking about up here in the left hand corner. You click on that, and then you can choose your trailer type. And as you can see on this job, there's just the two different trailers. You've got, I'd say that'd be a 43 footer and a 53 footer. And you can choose between the two. We'll go with the bigger one. You confirm. Once you're confirmed, now you click take job, and it will tell you that you've currently too far away and you have to quick travel, and it'll tell you how much it's going to cost you, and you just click yes, and it will take you to the nearest service center to that job.
Okay.
As you can see, we're now in a service center, and if I move away from the service icon, start the truck and put it in the right gear, and as you can see now, we're 47 minutes away from the job. All we do now is we travel to the job, which I'll do as quickly as I possibly can. And once we're there, I'll show you what I mean about you do not need to click on the green icon. You just, oops, don't run into stuff. You just, you just drive into the job area, and the trailer will be waiting for you. Hook up to, you don't need to click the green icon, because if you do, you'll end up with the wrong job.
Turn right.
All right, people, we're just about to come to the job, and I'll show you what I mean about not clicking on the green icon. As you can see, the green icon is still there, but you do not use it. But you can see, if you look at the map in the route advisor down in the bottom right corner there, you can see that the trailers, the pickup trailer point is lit with the green flag. So now all I do is I just go over to that and just hook up. So again, do not click on the green icon, because if you do that, you'll end up with the wrong job. So all you do is drive into the depot, find where the pickup is, back in, hook up, and away you go. So again, do not use the green icon. We'll just hook up, and I'll show you what I mean. So as you can see, the trailer's all ready to rock and roll. I haven't clicked anything, I've just driven in, back her in, and the problem with this Mac R, because it's so low, is that it won't, there we go, I had to raise the suspension. But as you can see, now I'm hooked up, and if I go into the convoy and show you the active convoy. You can see now I've joined the convoy. I've got the same job as Box, and we're going to the same place, and we're now in a convoy. And say thanks to Box for helping me out. Yeah,
see my screen, you...
Yep.
Yeah, no worries, mate. Yeah, come on. Oh, yeah.
What we saying on your screen?
No, because it showed you were hooking up to a float, but the gas tank was inside the float.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. Yeah, people sometimes, when you, from your point of view, it will look like people are hooking up to the wrong trailer, but it's just a graphics glitch. And when they pull away, they'll have the right trailer on, and you should be right. But yeah, so that's how to do it. So thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and if you did, we'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.